And we're back with USA Mission 2 but Deathless. So for this one we can't lose any units, of course. I can only attack with the first set of reinforcements that we get. All the other units can be controlled but must stay at the starting area, and the aircraft carrier and battleship abilities are not allowed. So for this one, that means that we're only using 4 Rangers, 2 Missile Defenders and 2 Pathfinders to basically destroy the whole GLA base. So with these infantry, we're going to garrison a building here because we need to take out this bunker. And that way I can cross this bridge without getting shot by the rebels inside that bunker. Now with our sentry drones, I ended up moving them at the start, and it's very important that we keep them at that spot here because that's the drop-off point for those amphibious transports. They're going to drop off the supply trucks that we need, and those supply trucks are going to go to the warehouse to deliver those supplies. But I need to keep the sentry drones there because the plan is I want to actually prevent the amphibious transports from dropping off the supply trucks. So we'll get to that a little bit later, but we'll start off by crossing this bridge with the infantry here. So I do have to keep in mind that there are demo traps on this map. So the Pathfinders are very good because it can detect the stealth. Now with the demo traps, we are going to destroy some demo traps along the way because that will still give us some EXP, and all the EXP is very good because that way we can do more damage with our missile defenders and rangers. It's mainly the missile defenders that I want the EXP with. The rangers, I mean, it's just extra damage, but we're not really going to be utilizing them as much. So now we have our second truck, which means the space is getting tighter and tighter. So with our infantry, we're going to garrison a building next. My snipers will be within range of the rebels, so that's going to draw out the technicals and the marauder tank. So that's easy EXP for mainly my missile defenders. So with all of that out of the way, the next thing that we're doing is just waiting. See, we're waiting on a set of 3 combat bikes to appear from the right side of the map. So they're going to come to my garrison building where I can destroy those bikes. Sometimes the bikes will appear at different sections on the map. So this is another reason why we're getting other reinforcements to like garrison bunkers or be out of harm's way so I don't take a death while I'm not looking. So now that first set of bikes has been destroyed, we do speed up this section because we're waiting on another set of bikes to appear. So I want the next set of bikes to come to me and we'll destroy that too. Now with this second set of bikes, there can also be 2 Scorpion tanks that can come from the north, and we can destroy those too. So we're going to evac this building next and garrison a new one next to the hospital. So here's where things get interesting. Notice how this amphibious transport can't drop off the supply truck? So this is exactly what I wanted to happen. See, I wanted to create a traffic jam that was going to be big enough to prevent as many amphibious transports from dropping off their supply trucks as possible. So you're probably thinking, okay, well, why do any of that? It's like, that's sort of counterproductive to actually completing the mission. There is a method to the madness here. So what we're doing is, with those supply trucks, once they're all dropped off, they're going to automatically go to where their warehouse is, and that's going to progress the mission, and then your new objective would be to destroy the GLA base. What I want is to prevent that mission progression from occurring for the time being. So now the rocket buggies have shown up. We took out the first one pretty easily. As for the second one, they didn't get close enough, so I did have to evac my building just to draw them out a bit closer, but we do get it. Now I picked this building specifically because of the hospital, so vehicles would have to turn the corner of the hospital in order to actually make contact with my garrison building, so that's why I picked it. Now as for this set of reinforcements, just like the other ones, we're just going to move them away. We can garrison a bunker or another civilian building just to keep them safe. So we're going to garrison, and I got hit by another set of bikes here, and because of the other civilian buildings, couldn't quite get a good shot on these bikes compared to other sets. So I had to just do the evac trick of evacing and then luring a bit closer, and we do get it. So here's the thing. With this mission, as things stand right now, they don't actually have any more vehicles left except for 2 technicals, and they also do have a few random infantry as well. Now there's a reason why that's the case, and the reason is actually the mission progression that I mentioned earlier. So if you were to progress the mission to that point where you gotta destroy the GLA base, that's when the GLA would start building up their units and then start attacking you. But because we're preventing the supply trucks from actually going from A to B, it means that the GLA isn't going to build any infantry or vehicles. So that means I can just go right into the GLA base, take out the defenses, take out their buildings, and then we can unblock that traffic jam, and then the supply trucks can get to the warehouse, and then we can just finish the mission like that. So first things first, we're going to take out the 2 technicals. That's going to be the last 2 vehicles that the GLA has in this mission. So now all I got to do is just focus on the defenses, and then we can break into the GLA base to destroy their buildings, or capture too. We actually do start off with the capture ability, and I could have also put a rule in there to prevent myself from capturing buildings, but it wouldn't have really mattered. I could have just destroyed all the buildings as is if I just attack at a certain angle. So it really wouldn't have made much difference. But right now we've taken out 1 stinger site, 1 bunker, so it means I'll be easy picking on the other stinger site. There is a rebel that's approaching us, but I got the sniper as well. So that's one of those stray infantry that I mentioned earlier, along with the 2 technicals. So there shouldn't be too many more infantry for the GLA, but once we get rid of those, then they shouldn't have anything else to really attack me with. So I'm just going to speed up this section now. So all we're doing is we're just destroying the stinger sites and tunnel networks with our infantry. I am going to try and get some veterancy for my rangers as well. That's just going to be for the damage increase. Now I did get a little bit too close with one of my rangers, nearly got taken out by the tunnel network, but we're okay. So with that, I ended up using my pathfinders to reveal demo traps, and I used my weakened rangers to attack the demo traps and get the veterancy. That way we get them to vet 2, and then we can self-heal back to full health, just in case something was to go wrong. Now I did garrison this building that got damaged by the demo trap. Still going to have more than enough health to take out that tunnel network, and then we can focus on demo traps again to get our rangers to vet 2 for that self-heal. Now with that demo trap, I thought it was a bit too close to the stinger sites, so I used my missile defenders to deal with that, and then pathfinders to take out the stinger sites. And just like that, we have made our way into the GLA base, and we can now take out these GLA buildings too. So now that we've made our way inside the GLA base, we can pretty much pick and choose how we want to go about destroying or capturing each building. Now to start us off, we're going to destroy the palace. I can't capture the palace, so we have to destroy it. I'm not going to take it out completely. I'm going to stop and go for the supply stash, and I'll let one of my unvetted rangers finish the job. That way I can get him to vet 3 just like everybody else, and then we're going to be more likely to survive if we get into trouble, and also that damage increases helpful too. So with our other infantry, we go for the barracks next. So just like that, 3 buildings down, several to go, and we're going to go for the arms dealer and the command center next. So I'm going to capture the command center, and I'm going to destroy the arms dealer. If we capture that arms dealer, there is a tunnel network within range of that, so there's not a lot of point in capturing it. And I think destroying those buildings is kind of faster anyway. So now I'm going to try and prevent the GLA from rebuilding. I'm going to capture the supply stash as well. So that capture is going to be important here because that's within range of one of the tunnel networks. So plan here is to basically get the tunnel to fire on the supply stash, then I can use my infantry to take out that tunnel. So the reason why we're destroying this tunnel network in the first place is because I want to destroy the 2 tunnel networks that are left of that one. So with that, that's 1 tunnel down, 2 to go, and now I can focus on the arms dealer next. So with the arms dealer, I don't want to destroy it. I actually want to capture this arms dealer. So I'm going to use my 2 snipers to pick off the guys inside the sting site, which means my ranger can capture that building no problem without any interruptions from that stinger. And then once the arms dealer is captured, just like with the supply stash, those tunnels will go for that, and then I can focus my attention on destroying both of those tunnels without getting shot down myself. So with the tunnel networks being destroyed as we speak, it means that the only thing that's really in the way is going to be the stinger sites, but that's going to be easy because we can just get one of our pathfinders to circle around and then snipe the stinger site. Meanwhile, the other guys can then destroy the palace and the black market to finish the job. Now, we don't have to destroy the base defenses in this mission, we just have to destroy the buildings. So once we get rid of this black market and palace, we can leave the base, and then we can focus on the next thing. And the next thing is actually going to be a barracks that's in the top left corner of the map. So we got to run our guys all the way across the map to get to that barracks and destroy it. And with that, we'll be able to clear the mission once those trucks have actually reached the warehouse. So now that the GLA base has been destroyed, we're going to make our way over to the barracks. I'm going to go back the way I came because we pretty much destroyed all the resistance on the way. So overall, it's going to be much faster doing it like this. Now, there is going to be one demo trap, and I'm going to destroy it. Not that it's in the way. I wanted to get a Vet 3 with my Ranger here. So we're going to alt path over to the bridge, and we're also going to take out the bunker that's on the other side of that bridge. We do need to destroy that because the supply trucks, once they start moving, they'll cross this bridge to get to that warehouse. So what we're doing is we're just going to attack with the missile defenders. Once my missile defenders go low health, I'll move them back so then they can self-heal. And then the Pathfinders can finish the job. Now with this next bunker, I wasn't sure if the rebels and the rocket troops inside would be within range because I plan on moving my infantry underneath the bridge to get to the next bunker. So I decided to destroy it anyway, just in case. So now that we're done that, I'm going to use the Pathfinders to lead the charge, just in case there's any demo traps on the way. And luckily for me, there wasn't, so that's going to be a time saver for me. Now, with our Pathfinders, just getting them out of the way for that bunker. And once that's done, we can use the same method, 2 missile defenders, and we can shoot that bunker. And again, move them away once they go low health, so they can self-heal. So with the bunker and the barracks being destroyed, I can now unjam my supply trucks so then they can make their way over to the warehouse. Now I could have done that sooner, but I figured let's destroy the barracks and play it safe, basically taking it one step at a time. It's not a speed run or anything like that, and I can just speed up the footage if it takes too long. So with the supply trucks, you could potentially fail the mission still, depending on how you actually blocked off those supply trucks. So if all of the amphibious transports actually dropped off the trucks, you would actually fail the mission depending on if all 10 trucks got frozen in place. And that is actually a risk. They could actually freeze in place. You could destroy the supply trucks, which won't count as a unit loss, but even if you destroy 9 trucks, the last truck, even if it's like out there in the open, it won't move, and that would count as a fail. So we were able to get it because the amphibious transports were in the water, so the trucks could still move. So that is how we did USA Mission 2 Deathless. If you enjoyed this one, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I do have a playlist if you want to check out any of my other content. I'm Crackler. I'll see you next time. Bye.